It is now time for the topic of the show that Chris Mueller does not want to talk about, but we're going to do it anyway.
No one listens to me here.
I sense Chris's disdain already. Mike Sullivan over the weekend in Dallas at the NHL draft discussed his relationship with Phil Kessel. Now, Jason Mackey, you were there. I'm sure you talked to him about this topic. What do you make of the relationship with these two now, and does that affect what happens with Phil Kessel in the long run?
I was there, and I did get a chance to talk to Mr. Sullivan, actually one-on-one before the group got him, and that's sort of how this all came about. But it was one of the more entertaining interviews I've ever had covering this team. Sullivan was beyond eager to talk about his relationship with Phil Kessel. To say that he's been irritated by everything that has trickled out this summer would probably be a huge understatement. Sullivan spoke very passionately about their relationship, says they're fine. I even brought up the idea of the perception that Phil wants to play with Gino all the time, and Sullivan kind of barked back saying, "Who said that? Where'd you get that from?" You know, and it was friendly, but he thinks everything is fine. I honestly, from everything that I've heard, I agree with him. Chris, I would like to side with you in this, and that I'm over the Phil Kessel and Mike Sullivan talk, but Sullivan did a very good thing in sort of putting this story, getting out in front of the story and hopefully burying it.
Well, let me explain why I'm over it. I'm over it because I've been able this year, after the Penguins got bounced, to at least take a wide-angle picture of the whole thing and say, if Phil Kessel actually does get traded somewhere else, if this happens, they won 2 Stanley Cups where Phil Kessel easily, one, he was an integral part of both, easily could have won the Conn Smythe in 2016's Cup run. And they won 2 cups, and I feel like because everyone has gone out of their minds and because Penguins land in social media is probably the most passionate and over the top, people have forgotten the fact that even if it were to end after 3 seasons, you got 2, and arguably the best regular season of Phil Kessel's career in just about every conceivable way out of it. It's been a great run. I don't know if I believe Mike Sullivan. Who knows who's telling the truth about what, how good or bad the relationship isn't or is at this point. They got 2 cups, and at this point, that's why I'm kind of all good with whatever.
No. Give me more.
No.
More Sully v. Phil. Yes,
No.
yes, this is great. This is what we need, a summer when there's no parades and no Justin Schultz beer chugging his way down the Boulevard of the Allies or Ole Mata falling asleep on a balcony. This is what we need, Penguins fans, this summer is Sully and Phil. And all of a sudden, they're best buds. It's a buddy cop film all of a sudden. It's going to be great this year. This all smacks to me of we couldn't really score a great deal for Phil, so Sully, I need you to go out there and make up with him in public. And that's what it sounded like. Sully going out, talking a lot of great stuff about Phil Kessel and how nobody came to him and Phil, which, okay, it's hard to track down Phil. He's like Sasquatch out there in the woods. Nobody knows where he is until he comes in for camp. Sully shows up at the draft. All of a sudden, him and again, and I think it's great. I think Kessel doing all that he did the last 2 postseasons before this year, and then doing what he did this regular season, especially early in the year, you need him moving forward. You've got Crosby, you've got Malkin, you've got Kessel. You can spread them out on the 3 lines as long as Phil is good with it. And I think it gives you the 3-headed monster that you need to spread out the talent on this roster and go back at it for number 3 and 4
Jason, I have an honest question for you, though. I mean, I know that you have good conversations, and I know that they're honest guys in the front office, especially Rutherford and Sullivan. I don't think either one's capable of kind of masking their feelings. I can't help but think that if Sully is so indignant about people saying, oh, where's this coming from, he might want to go back and check what he said right after the season when he took he had a chance to insulate Phil Kessel from criticism by, as NHL coaches do, explaining that a guy might have been playing with a more severe injury than the fans knew about. He did nothing of the sort. This is at least partially of his own creation by not giving Phil Kessel the out that coaches often do when their team gets eliminated and a guy that is expected to play well doesn't.
Well, here's where I am with that, and I agree with you to a point. I know what Mike Sullivan said. I know what Jim Rutherford said. I have no doubt, and I told Sullivan this when we talked a little bit after our interview, I have no doubt that these conversations or what they said can live independently. I don't think Mike Sullivan was lying. I don't think Jim Rutherford was lying. But I think what lacked was sort of a complete statement on all of it and how they fit together. My own personal opinion, Kessel didn't play well enough down the stretch to justify Sullivan allowing him to play through an injury, and the coach got burned. And what do you want the coach to do? Sit there and say, you know, the player screwed me, hung me out to dry after I stood up for her? That's not going to be conducive to their relationship. And another thing to Chris's point earlier about those two and you know, this being an issue with like them blowing up repeatedly, they have butted heads before. This is not news. This is not a big deal that they've disagreed on something, or that Kessel can be a bit of a pain in the butt to coach, or that Sullivan can be a little bit too over the top and get in somebody's face. This is something that is going to happen throughout their tenure here, and I'm sorry, I don't see this as a gigantic issue. This is the cost of doing business when you have their personalities and you're talking about professional sports.
Now we're talking player and coach relation. We would take a break. We come back. We will wrap up the show. We're talking about coach and team relation. Barry Trotz leaves the Capitals. We'll discuss it when we come back.